Okay, so it's been a minute since I've made an absolute Batman video, but oh my god, we have finally gotten introduced to this universe's version of Bane, and holy sh**. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, Bane is low-key my favorite Batman villain. Shout out Arkham Origins, bro, he's great, that's the GOAT. Really quickly, just a quick sidebar for anybody who's not really familiar with the absolute Batman. It's literally just, I'm pretty sure you guys know, back in, the early 2000s, when they first introduced Ultimate Spider-Man, you know how that was. It's like a new universe, new interpretation of Spider-Man. It's literally just that, but for Batman. Like, there's no pre-existing canon, there's not anything you have to follow up on. Everything's up to new interpretations, and it's different. Like, status quo is different. Bro, I have been fiending for this issue ever since it got announced, bro. Ever since just like knowing what direction Snyder and Dragotta have taken this universe in, you just knew Bane was gonna be ridiculous. So, at first when Bane was announced, I was kind of expecting it to be different from the usual Bane, no duh, because different universe and all that. But no, Snyder is just, he's committed to the bit. Like, his whole bit about this book is just bigger. Like, I swear to God, when somebody asked him about Bane, he literally just said bigger. Like, bro, what? There were already memes about Batman's size in this book, and then yeah, but it's bigger. How much bigger can it get? Pause. So him just saying that told me everything I needed to know, bro. I will be there for the shenanigans coming forward, but now let's take a gander at this delightful 5-star meal that was prepared for us. Oh my god. Okay, on literally the first page, bro. We already get introduced to Bane. They wasted no time, man. So like, he just steps in on some peace talks, I guess, and then very quickly we get to see what he's capable of. And you know how first impressions go, he seems to be pretty, like, already well articulated and intelligent. Not to mention, he's already massive. Like, look at that. This is without Titan, by the way. Like, he's literally just naturally this big. I don't know how, I'm not even gonna question it, but just, that's crazy. And then next thing you know, he just kills this guy and then suns the other one, and then before you know it, he picks up the phone. Excuse me, I have to take this. Yes, hello? Yeah, bro, we need you in Gotham City. And then now he's headed off to Gotham City. Bro, this is all the Joker's fault in this universe. We have gotten very little of him in this universe, but he's made Bane his bitch, and it's just, you hate to see it, don't you? Okay, so you turn the page and oh my god, what the f is that? No, seriously, what is that? Holy sh**. I just have so many questions. Like, how do you even conceive something like this?
Damn!
Like, what comes to your mind to just create something like this? I think Abomination is the correct title, bro, because this is ridiculous. Like, come on. Yeah, bro, it's, the more you look at it, you're just like, what the f***? Oh god. Oh, you know what? Let's just stop. If Bane actually gets to this point during this arc, I'm gonna have to tap out, bro. This is just too much. We transition to Mr. Wayne now, and he's just tearing up Gotham City, bro. He's been doing this relentlessly for the last 8 issues. It's crazy. Well, I mean, he's not really like tearing up the city, but he's just running through criminals like crazy. Pause. The context for this though is that in the last issue, which was it was a 2-parter dedicated to Mr. Freeze and showing, ugh, god, what is that? So yeah, that happened. At the end of that 2-parter, Waylon Jones gets kidnapped by secret agents who are a part of the Ark M project. I love Snyder so much for this, because from what I'm gathering, Ark M is literally just Arkham City's whole gimmick, but turned up to 1,000. It's so good.
I can see what they're doing, what he's doing. I can see it, I feel it. He's cooking.
This whole Ark M thing is basically, from what the book tells us, they are black sites that are basically just unregulated prisons that work in conjunction with the government. They're probably doing all kinds of illegal shit down there. Like, for example, experimenting on kidnapped people. So not only that, there are several of these sites. There's Ark A in Santa Prisca, there's Ark B in Russia, and Ark C in China. So, if we do some quick maths, that's at least a minimum of 13 arcs so far. And, ironically, Ark M is planned for Gotham. So, my running theory at this point is that Joker is the one running these. And I think it was, I'm pretty sure it's in this issue. But we get something to back up my theory, and I'll be sure to mention it when it pops up. So, later in the issue, we get to see more of Ark M. And, bro, this is really great shit, bro. I really like this book. It's so good. So, at this point in time, Waylon has been missing for about 2 weeks, right? and Batman is tearing through Gotham for some information on him. This dude literally took down so many criminals that the hospitals ran out of ambulances and ride shares, bro. How active do you have to be to do that? That's insane. And in the second most funniest part of this book, you'll get to number 1 later, don't worry. We see an EMT on a rickshaw just wheeling somebody, and he says, Batman. Guess who this is? Genuinely, I want you to think about who this is. This is the most random way to introduce this character. I will give you 5 seconds to think about who this is.
What the fuck?
Okay, you got it? Okay, this is our first look at Dick Grayson, sir. Random. This is very, very subtle, very subtle. But okay, I guess this is good. We're getting introduced to him this early. And you know, just quick observation. He seems to be, I want to say, like the same age as Bruce, because if he's an EMT, he can't be that young, right? He's probably like early 20s, right? So, okay, this is interesting. Hopefully, when Bruce and Dick, when they inevitably meet, we're gonna get a different dynamic. None of his mentor. Hopefully, they're like brothers. That'd be cool. That'd be sick. Batman then goes to get some information about Wayland from Barbara, and it's a nice little moment. And then right after this, I think we get one of the best moments in this entire run so far, and it's Bruce as Batman talking to his friends and Alfred about Ark M and his plan to infiltrate it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody here gets a good moment to shine. You know, Oswald, Harvey, Enigma, Alfred, and Bruce all get to pitch in. This is, God, man, I love great character. This is what people like to see, bro. Yes, it's just gonna be sad though when inevitably all of his friends turn into their villain counterparts. But for now we can just appreciate it. Bruce and Oz especially have a good moment, and at the end when Oz tells him that he's good with the plan, this is thumbs up, bro. Good job. This is also when earlier I mentioned when we get the information about Joker most likely running this entire Ark scheme. So Bruce says that the hospital on the island Ark M was bought by a JK Industries. Bro, come on, Snyder is not subtle, bro. Like, bro, come on, add some more nuance, bro, please. So another thing that this hints to actually is something that it didn't even cross my mind, but it's that Joker is stealing from Ra's al Ghul's playbook, even though Ra's al Ghul, he already exists in this universe. Sorry, spoilers for Absolute Superman. I'm sorry. I will follow up on this Joker thing right after this, but I think that I should mention that during the Freeze arc, Batman ends up going through Malone's phone, and let me just preface that, yeah, Bruce and Matches Malone are two different people this time. It's not an alter ego. In Matches' phone, he finds a list of names that contains the names of doctors, and let me just list out the names. The names are Langstrom, Isley, Strange, and Freeze. So for some more context, Matches got taken to Ark M, and he ended up finding a list of doctors that were like connected to it. So all these guys are connected to Ark M somehow. Freeze, we already know about, no surprise. I will mention Langstrom later, but wow, okay, Poison Ivy and Hugo Strange established just like that. I'm kind of excited to see how they'll be handled, but I'm kind of scared, but that they might already be dead. Okay, so back to Joker. So the last we've seen of him, he was draining blood from what I can only assume is a child. Okay, so let me explain. How would Joker be able to buy this island in the 1930s if this story takes place in modern day? Because Bruce mentions that this island, it was created in like the 1800s, but then it was bought up in the 1930s by JK Industries. We know that in this universe Joker is a billionaire, and maybe it was his family, but JK Industries is kind of on the nose, bro. So I'm not sure if like it was his family. I'm pretty sure it was him. I could be wrong, but it kind of lines up pretty good here. So after all that, we get a flashback to Bruce and Selina, shockingly, finally, and yeah, god damn, who is that? Damn, what's the number, shorty? Can I get a number, shorty? Hey, listen. I don't know how Bruce bagged that, bro. Cause listen, he might be huge at this universe, but he is ugly as. Come on, bro. I can't even hate, bro, cause he's more active than me, bro. Bruce, I can't lie. My boy, you gotta be careful, bro. I might just swoop in and just take a girl, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch out. Okay, jokes aside, this is the first we see of Selina past the flashbacks that started like towards the beginning of the run. Bro, I hope we get to see her in present day, bro, because we still haven't. I mean, you can count this as present day, but this is still like a flashback, but we don't know by how much, but it can't be that far because these guys don't look that much different like now. Snyder, you can't show me this baddie and then not follow up, bro. I believe in you, bro. Come on. This is a nice flashback though, because you know it deepens Bruce and Waylon's relationship, and I just know for a fact that they're including this, so it'll just sting even more whenever we see whatever is happening to him down at Ark M. So Bruce is prepping to dive in and go to Ark M, and Alfred is about to tell him something, but then he just stops at the last second. And I'll follow up later on what I think this is, or try to mention what specific thing Alfred was gonna tell him if it gets mentioned. And I'm pretty sure that we do find out, but that's for later. So Bruce gets the entry point, and it's honestly shocking about how much tension builds up in like 3 panels, because I can literally feel my butt cheeks clenching as I was reading this. This was crazy. So Alfred tells Bruce that he's not near the entry point, right? But Bruce is like, bro, I'm literally right here, because he can see the lights. But Alfred insists that, like, according to the blueprints, he's still 100 meters under the hospital, which is crazy. And this obviously doesn't make sense because of what Bruce just told him. So at this point, you're kind of like, what the then where is he? And now what you're about to see is a straight mic drop from the artist, and it's just an absolute beauty that's drawn so well. But also, it's really scary. But what the is that? Where is Bruce at, bro? What is that? How is this possible? Okay, so just after aura farming that pose, he drops down. But at this point, dude, the comms are cut. Alfred cannot communicate with him at all. And after this, Alfred's inner monologue keeps us in the loop of how he's feeling, and about this crazy amount of regret he's feeling about not telling Bruce about something. We still don't know what he's regretting. And then, literally unprovoked, once again, out of nowhere, bro, we get our first look at Slade Wilson in this universe. Random! Dick Grayson and Slade Wilson confirmed in the same issue is fucking crazy, bro. Wow. So I'm assuming that when Alfred is monologuing about this regret, I assume that he's talking about Bane, which just makes me wonder, what did Bane do to make Alfred like himself internally? Like, I'm just trying to think. Like, I mean, let me just not speak too early, because he could have done anything. Batman keeps walking until he sees a skeleton of something that I can only presume to be his Man-Bat, because, bro, just look at it. What else could this possibly be? Following up earlier, this is also what I meant about being scared for Strange and Poison Ivy. Because so far, right, Victor and Nora have been frozen, and you know their son is Mr. Freeze, Victor Jr., right? So their asses they're freezed, right? They're done. And this is apparently Langstrom, I assume, right? Because he's Man-Bat. So RIP, bro. So I can't lie, bro. It's not looking good for the other two, but we can only hope, man. We can only hope. So you know, while Batman is just gazing at this goddamn Man-Bat, Bane just sneaks Batman in the straight. Batman in his chest, bro. God, I can feel that shit in my chest. Ow. Alright, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. What you're about to see for the rest of this issue is unfortunately some of the most disrespectful content I've seen in my life in a comic book, bro. This shit is crazy. And then Bane afterwards is just like, yo, what's up? Do something, what's up? And then Batman does this cool thing, kind of raw, low-key. And then Bane proceeds to make fun of what I can only imagine is a reference to Batman AF. Yeah, I know you're thinking the same thing I am. Batman AF is corny, and this is where it came from, man. It's kind of cool. It doesn't mean ass fuck. It means advance forward. Because Alfred. But in this context, I think it's cool. It creates a link to Bane and Alfred, like I want to say, because you know, advance forward. Alfred said that first, and Bane is taunting Batman by saying, you know, you can advance now. So, but that's just speculation. We don't know for sure. But I think it creates like a link there. And then Bane just proceeds to violate Batman by hitting every single one of his pressure points and just taunting him while doing it. He is whooping Batman's ass. God, and then it gets to a point where Batman is legit just completely incapacitated, and he trolls Bane about his venom use. He calls him pussy. Bro, you're pussy. You're using venom to beat me. And then, unfortunately for Batman, Bane literally laughs in his face, telling him, bro, listen, I wasn't on this shit for it, bro. Like, and then this is the funniest moment in the book from earlier, bro. This Batman's reaction to Bane going Titan is so funny. It's literally just like, oh wow, like wow, like this is so sad, bro. I can only imagine, like, and then the book ends with this fucking monstrosity holding up Batman, bro. Oh my god. So I talked about this with my brother, and I figured I should mention it here too, right? It's because, you know, even though like I knew the whole gimmick of Bane already would just be bigger, even though Bane and everything adjacent to Batman in this book is already in this universe. Like, I don't know, I didn't feel that crazy about like this last panel, like of him holding him up. But in retrospect, Bane looks monstrous here. He looks big. Hopefully we get more angles of him, of Bane, because like in this last panel, like at first glance I was kind of just like, oh well, but then like looking at it again, I was kind of like, oh shit. Because if you just look at how he's holding Batman, like, dude, that is, look at his arm, look at the arm meat, that is too much. I hope going forward that Snyder takes inspiration from Arkham Origins when it comes to Bane, and I think he has already a little bit, which is good job, thumbs up, bro. I'm really loving this story, and this makes me really happy because I thought after the first arc ended, like, okay, this book wasn't anything crazy, but dude, this issue has completely flipped me on my head. And not even this issue, like this past Mr. Freeze arc, like you could tell that they were setting the stones up for like the Ark M thing. So yes, this is great. Next issue we're probably gonna get Batman getting his ass beat, unfortunately, and also unfortunately our first look at Killer Croc, bro. That's gonna be tragic, bro. Snyder, please do me a favor, bro. Give me some more Selena, bro. Please. Anyways, let me know on what you guys think of this run so far, and if you haven't really read any of Absolute Batman, that's perfectly fine. But what's your opinion on the changes that they decided to make to this universe compared to, you know, the Prime Batman, and the direction they're taking it right now? Listen, man, I can't lie. This shit peaked to me. It's so peak automatically because of the Arkham City influence that they're taking, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's so good. But that's all I got, man. You guys take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.